Join us as we journey from the streets of New York to the windswept plains of northern India to explore the wonders of Ladakh. As we arrived in Ladakh, we set our watches forward 11 hours and turned our calendars back thousands of years. Most Ladakhi people are devout followers of Tibetan Buddhism, and many still live much the way they did 2,500 years ago when this ancient religion began. In the year 500 BC, Siddhartha Gautama was born a Hindu prince. When he came of age, he forsook all his material possessions, led an ascetic life, and finally meditated under a bo tree for 40 days and 40 nights. He emerged from this meditation enlightened and immediately began a ministry that forever changed the world. During his first sermon, Gautama introduced the Four Noble Truths and elaborated on the importance of compassion, selflessness, and detachment. Today, Siddhartha Gautama is known as the founder of Buddhism, the original Buddha. Buddhism flourished throughout the region for centuries until 1949, when Chinese troops invaded all of Tibet and parts of Ladakh. With the communist invasion, the peaceful practice of Buddhist religion and culture came to a violent halt. At that time, the 14th Dalai Lama was the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet. In 1959, His Holiness and nearly 100,000 Tibetans were forced to take exile in northern India.
So therefore, you see, Tibetan culture, Buddhist culture, as well as Buddhist spirituality, I feel the good potential to create happy human society, happy human family, happy human individual. So therefore, I very much concerned about the Tibetan culture and Buddhist culture as well as Buddhist spirituality. Now, under present circumstances, due to many factors, I think one factor due to ignorance from the Chinese government, especially the local authorities. They do not know what is Tibetan Buddhist culture and Tibetan Buddhist spirituality. All Tibetans think, they always look from the political angle. So therefore, now at present, you see, the things are really serious. That means the Tibetan Buddhist culture and Buddhism cannot survive under present circumstances. Eventually, things will be very, very difficult. So if Tibetan Buddhist culture as well as Buddhism lost, that I think not only great loss for Tibetan, but also to the Chinese and even world to some extent. So therefore, the preservation of Tibetan Buddhist culture and Buddhism, I feel, extremely important. This is not just for our benefit, but the mutual benefit, both the Tibetan community as well as Chinese community.
Our team landed in the city of Leh. Leh is the cultural and educational center of Ladakh. Here, education is used as a tool to preserve culture and the Buddhist way of life. Tibetan Children's Village, known as TCV, was established by the Dalai Lama's sister shortly after he established his government in exile. The mission of TCV is to provide education for thousands of Tibetan orphans and the children of exiled nomads. In Leh, there are more than 1,600 students at TCV. Our team was there to check it out.
Pressure's on.
6. 7.
Tibetan Children's Village, and this is their cafeteria. They feed over 1,500 students a day here. As you see, they don't have any tables or chairs, but I think the floor is even cleaner than our tables and chairs in our cafeteria back home.
Tibetan children can never go back to their home, and I was reading something by the Dalai Lama, and he was saying how important education was and how they should value it, for it's the only way they're ever going to get their country back.
Okay, I thought they were better behaved than American students are.
They're better behaved than American students?
Yeah, because American students are usually like really talking in class, and they're like real quiet and they sit in their seats.
They believe in what, like, to fight for Tibet, you know, like they want to get back their country.